Hey, it's John. So, this week I want to share some thoughts on the importance of baking work-life balance into your business from the outset, from startup stage. Last week I saw this tweet by Daniel Priestley on work-life balance, and it really caught my attention. Basically, it said something along the lines of, I just saw someone say that it's important to maintain work-life balance when starting a business, and then a whole lot of crying with laughter faces. It wasn't so much Daniel's tweet that got me thinking, but the string of responses. There were tweets like, ha ha ha, balancing a life of working all the time. Business isn't for everyone. No such thing, business is 24/7. Work, yes, life, no. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm the first to admit that building a business is hard work. And I have a great deal of respect for the work that Daniel does. But baking work-life balance into your business from the outset, is that really such a bad idea? I mean, 9 out of 10 startups fail. A sizable percentage fail because there's no need for their product or service. But there's a string of other reasons. Others run out of cash. They don't have the right team in place. There are things like poor product, poor marketing, losing focus, and that list keeps going. But what's not on the list is things like not working all the time or not working 24/7. But many startups fail because of burnout. So again, perhaps a question we should be asking is, how can we bake this work-life balance into our businesses from the outset so we don't end up burning ourselves out? And it's not unique to startups. Burnout is common amongst owners of established businesses. It causes things like job dissatisfaction and inefficient decision-making, high staff turnover, health-related issues, depression, alcoholism, heart disease, and even resulting in death. So why, if most of us embark on this entrepreneurial journey in search of freedom, do so many of us find ourselves burned out and feeling trapped in our businesses? I think, at least in part, the answer lies in our perception of Silicon Valley and the whole startup culture, which is seeped into just about every other business. We see a few people who've become billionaires, and we tend to think that if we work like them, we'll be successful, rich like them too. But a lot of companies that come out of the valley are not profitable. And there's no way for them to really survive 5 or 6 years because their end game is an acquisition or an IPO or a merger or simply fizzling out. They aren't playing for what Simon Sinek refers to as an infinite game. They have a very definite sell and get out kind of game. So when budding entrepreneurs embark on their entrepreneurial journey, they get caught up in all this startup rhetoric. And they set off with a pocket full of what I like to call H words. Words like hustle and hack and hyper. Words that are only really useful in that finite game. And so as they get going with these words, they're basically going to land up in the owner's trap or failing. And over the years, I've worked with many successful entrepreneurs. I've built businesses from the ground up. And I've never heard any of them say, I wish I'd worked longer hours, myself included. Most of them wish that they'd worked more wisely and spent more time on the life side of their work-life equation. So just putting in more time or working more doesn't really mean anything. You're not guaranteeing yourself of a better outcome or more success. And in fact, many business owners, success isn't even defined by revenue targets or big numbers anymore. There's something deeper. Instead, it means doing something that they want to do, something that they really enjoy, and working with the people that they want to work with every day, challenging themselves intellectually and creatively, and having a positive impact on the world. These are some of the things that the modern entrepreneur is looking for. Still, yes, building a company is hard and finding good people is tough. It's expensive, it's hard to keep them. And the worst thing you can do is lose them because you're burning them out, or you've burnt yourself out, or because of the team dynamics you've created. So I used to cringe at the phrase work-life balance. But now my leaning is toward freedom, and my work and my life are more mixed, I guess, than ever. So one doesn't dominate the other. I feel like I've found things like clarity and purpose and focus play a massive role in helping me achieve my goals, more so than just simply working more. In fact, maintaining a healthy work-life balance is how I keep my energy up and produce more in less time. And I'm not alone. It's entrepreneurs like Jason Fried who, when he started his business Basecamp, had a lot less time to create the product than most of us have. I mean, I think he had 10 to 15 hours between him and his partner David. Jason working on the design, 10 to 15 hours a week, that is. Jason working on the design side of things, David working on the coding side of things to get the product out the door. So it's not just about chasing dollars. It's about being more productive. And there's so many things that interrupt us through the day. It's endless stream of emails and text messages and social media posts. All the hustling and the hyper-connecting, which really just detracts from your focus and causes the work-life imbalance that we find ourselves in. So you can't build an enduring company without a bit of work-life balance. You're going to burn out, and your people are going to burn out. And if you don't fail, you end up caught in the owner's trap, wondering why you didn't bake work-life balance in from the outset. So get it done. If you're starting out, bake that work-life balance in. If you already have an established business, start working on that work-life balance. Have a great week.